But you know, I had a pet rock, but I didn't buy it.
What'd you do, find it?
No, it followed me home.
Huh.
And so I kept it.
Yeah.
It skipped, huh?
Yeah.
No, only
Good evening. Ha, good afternoon. Good morning. Welcome to another very long episode of Old Black Men Conversations. I am your co-host,
The outtake was different.
Brother David Harold Dudley III, aka Sweet Sunny D, and you be,
I am the real Cliff Barnes,
wow,
sometimes known as regular man,
as opposed to regulated man?
as opposed to
Regulated?
irregular man.
Ah, I got you.
I'm gonna say you could be regulated and be regular. I think that's normal.
So as opposed to would be irregular. Anyway, and
So-
to my left,
So that's right. You can be regular and irregular
At the same time.
at the same time. You could be regular, doing a Sudoku on the throne, and be irregular with
the clothes you
the
buy.
clothes you buy.
Well, but you
Wait
could
a minute.
also just be irregularly regulate. Oh, now it's a funny word. I don't even know what it means.
Oh, that.
Regulate. What's the word we're talking about?
We're talking about
Regular.
regulations.
You're regularly
Regular.
irregular.
Regular.
You could be
Yeah.
regularly irregular.
True.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
So
What
what?
was your
So
So what now?
I just had this. I mean, I know this is really random, but check this out. Can't get enough of that sugar crisp, sugar crisp, sugar crisp.
And
But
why-
can't get enough of that sugar crisp,
And-
sugar bear.
And why is
Hey,
that?
boo boo.
Is that regular?
It's irregular.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was
Interesting.
right after Sugar Bear, because that was in
Okay.
college.
That was my name in high school, or my moniker by my elders here, Sugar Bear. But when they came over to McDonald's and I was giving out food out the back door, I was
Hey.
he's cool with me.
Or you could do like I did. I'd go in and I'd order a hamburger. And I'd come out with a cheeseburger, a hamburger, a Big Mac, not to mention a shake and a Coke, and I only paid 50 cents.
You're welcome. That's my point.
The
He's
very
like, you know what? Due for inflation, I want y'all to pay me all back what I gave you.
No, but my thought, I wasn't smart enough to realize what was going on then.
You thought
Because I went
food
out
was
and
really
went,
cheap?
no, I went like with my parents and went, I don't know what's wrong with people at McDonald's, but we got a bunch of free food.
Hey, my very first Big Mac was free. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Because they was due.
For all the burgers in that bag.
Because they was due before,
Right.
before you left there.
That's the new thing.
And that was the new thing. It's the 2 whole beef patties and blah, blah, blah.
Special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on the sesame seed bun.
Sesame seed bun, that thing.
Speaking
So-
of which, why did they get rid of the old Big Mac? You know, the wrapper on the Big Mac.
That's,
They don't have that no more.
No, they put it in the box.
no, they put it in a box.
Yeah, but the box ain't the same, man.
Well, it never is. Usually.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with you. The box ain't the same
A
because.
box versus a band.
But with
The
the wrapper,
band, their band around it, and then there was a wrapper, right?
yeah, it was in the box. But with the wrapper, you can get in there and eat the cheese off the wrapper.
Well, yeah,
Well, but with the box though, you can take the fries and scrape the cheese off the box, and now you got a cheesy fry.
I don't want any cheese on my fries.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Well, I'm fat, guys. I'm sorry.
What? That's so cheese on the fries is a thing. It's pretty tasty.
Chili cheese fries?
I don't do that.
I didn't have the chili, and then I didn't have the ones with
Well,
Canada with the gravy.
Oh, that's stupid.
I'm like, that's no.
Gravy on.
Besides that,
Gravy.
them fries, McDonald's is too skinny anyway, so I can put cheese on them and make them fatter. I get it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, who got the best fries? If McDonald's fries too skinny, 'cause-
Wendy's.
Man,
Wendy's got the best fries.
Wendy's got some
You
good
want to
fries.
wait for 2 hours for somebody? Can I help you? Say it again. What's your order? Yeah.
yeah, I'll have you say the thing. Yep. And then they'll ask you. Then they'll ask you, and you repeat it to them, but it comes up wrong on the tally on the board.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking
No,
about
I
Wendy's.
said a large.
Yeah, I was just about to say
Yeah.
that's his McDonald's problem.
Yeah, but
Ooh, that's
I
right.
mean, that happened, but it wasn't the one you go to. But then it was good when the one by his house was pretty good when we stopped there.
No, they weren't. They're the ones causing the problem.
No, not when I was
Oh no,
driving.
we can talk about my neighborhood McDonald's.
Not when I was driving.
Well, I don't know. I just know that
Well, you went by yourself, possibly.
yeah.
Yeah. See,
They didn't want anybody
might-
else to see it.
it might just be that
Yeah.
You pulled up and they said, "Oh, it's him." Ah, yeah, somebody with him. Let's act right.
they're
Yeah,
pranking you. That might be what it is.
Yeah, well, I just know they messed up.
Are you still going?
What were you gonna talk? What was your Florida?
Oh, Florida.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So,
Thanks.
Yes.
I was trying to remember that, and so is he.
thank you, because I
Got your back.
totally I didn't know how to drag it back to.
Okay.
So,
Producer.
okay, so am I wrong? I saw the governor of Florida on TV, and it sickens me to watch him on TV. I hate it anytime he gets press, even if it's negative press. So now I'm looking at videos of this hurricane kicking ass in Florida, and I'm like, well, I don't feel sorry for those people. I mean, that's Florida, so fine. I don't care what happens to people in Florida. So
Well, what kind of attitude is that?
The thing is, I completely
So
agree with the
anyway.
sentiment, but hearing it out loud just sounds rough.
So anyway, because that was.
okay, I just think it.
That's wrong right there.
Okay, I apologize.
Okay.
Don't send me to live with the pygmies.
Okay, not anymore.
So I guess anybody else have that? Am I wrong the way I feel about that, or
Why do you feel like that?
because I don't like the way Florida is governed, and I don't want anything bad that can happen in Florida? Why do I feel like that's okay? Maybe Florida will go away.
well,
I feel the same way about parts in Texas, but
yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. Am I wrong? Am I
Florida
saying-
disappearing is more likely than Texas disappearing. Just due to water.
Yeah.
Florida could get drowned. And
Yeah,
that'd be that.
Right. That's that's deep. Yeah.
It will be deep.
Well,
Okay,
I got deep as
so
if it-
I understand what you're saying about not caring and really basing a whole population of people on one dumbass jerk.
Well, let me interject here. They elected him.
Now,
Okay,
Oh, okay.
don't we have this
Sure,
now how
sure,
he became governor? They
let's
had
back
to
up.
vote for him.
Listen, everybody didn't vote for him.
Well,
Let's get real. Just let me finish. And I get a little upset about attitudes like that because my son and my grandson are there in Florida. And you know what? My son will not go out in the fucking daylight because of the racist assholes down there. So there are some bad people down there, but there's some good people too. You can't lump in the good with the bad, because what happens?
Just
Then
to clarify,
then everything turns out bad and it spreads all over the fucking country.
just to clarify, he's not talking about me. There's another son.
Yeah.
I go out in the daylight.
So,
No, he's mixed
Is it
race, and he knows how bad they are
Yeah.
because he lives there.
does he have to live there?
It's his choice.
Okay. So, my question was, am I wrong for the way I
Yes,
feel?
you are.
He's like, that's my child.
I thought that was already established, but I guess no. Thanks for asking the question.
He had to come out.
establish what I already
He had to
thought.
come out and just say, my child is there. You're wrong, nigga.
Right, okay.
No, but really, because they have a bad governor, doesn't mean the people are bad. It doesn't mean they deserve bad shit.
True. That's true.
And because they choose to live there, even though it may be challenging,
Boy, how?
they're still,
I mean, that's always been the question for me when I think about places. Just taking it a little more serious. Just thinking about Florida in particular, or when I went to Ohio, and they have tornado seasons. Me, I'm like, why are y'all choosing to live here? People flock to Florida and I'm like,
For the weather.
the weather. There's things over there like racism.
Oh yeah.
And things like that, those are things you can combat in some kind of way. You can
Right.
fight.
Right.
That weather,
Yeah.
you got nothing for it. And it comes every year.
And you know what?
And I just be like, why are y'all choosing this? I don't get it.
because in a lot of people's minds, when it's not hurricane season, it's fabulous.
Amen. And once
So-
hurricane season
so-
comes and then they only got
so
a basement left.
Right, but
It's like-
but then they have to decide which is more important to them, you know, their lifestyle or
Their life.
their life. But the whole thing
I'm
is,
scary like that.
But the
So
whole thing is, you know, they have no control over the weather, but they know that there's a chance. And see, this time it was on the back side, the west side,
Yeah.
Tampa and all that. You know, it wasn't on Miami and Miami Beach side. You know, on the Atlantic side. This was the Gulf side,
The Gulf
of
side, yeah.
Mexico.
yeah, which explains why it didn't dawn on me that it was the Gulf, because I was like,
Right.
okay, so how's it going from Florida to Georgia?
To Georgia.
Then to
Yeah.
other side.
Right, and it came. Yeah, it came from the southwest, and usually it's all coming off of the Atlantic, tearing up shit going east. The thing is, it's like me personally, I'm glad that I left New Orleans as a child.
that's one of the
Yeah.
places I'm also like.
Because New Orleans is a wonderful town, and party this and party that, and Bourbon Street and blah blah blah, Canal Street. But when you hear somebody go, yeah, we've been watching it, it's moving at so and so miles an hour, get your ass out of there, because you're not gonna like it.
Yeah.
But I personally would not have. I sat through hurricanes and stuff when I was a little kid. You know, when it was like you're at the window watching shit just fly by this way, then it flies by that way. After it's really calm and sunny for a minute in the eye, because it just be moving like that.
Part of the
So
state's
I-
underwater. I mean, how's that a good idea?
No, it's
Lower than sea level.
yeah, it's kind of like a basin. That's why all the cemeteries in town are above ground.
Yeah.
You go 3 feet and you hit water. So obviously you can't bury bodies 6 feet under if 3 feet you hit water. So
Ooh,
you know,
automatic compost.
see. There was a company that was going to do that. Did you hear about that?
Enlighten us.
There was a company
Yeah.
that was going to take bodies, but especially celebrity bodies, and make compost, mix them in with the compost and stuff, and I'm going, that's rude.
Yeah, they're from here in Washington, up north.
Oh,
Yeah.
what if they took the bodies of celebrities who passed and they turn them into compost
Right.
and then they sell them as flower pot dirt and people can have celebrity flowers?
What the hell?
Or, but will that cost more? It'll cost so much
We're gonna have a
more
flower called the Rock.
because it's celebrity based, so it's gonna cost more. And this compost over here is just like come out your regular old house garbage. But this is special compost because it contains the remains of
Each packet has a finger's worth of body ash in it.
Well, you know.
He's so messed up.
Wow. That's
yeah, but then you'd have to like that would be weird kind of buying it to me. It's like
Oh yeah,
sorry.
but
You know.
understand, there are people, Erykah Badu, the singer,
Yeah.
she made a candle that is the scent of her vagina. And it
What?
sold out.
Where isn't she from New Orleans?
But the thing is,
wow. Okay. You said that and you just popped out the whole
but wait, there's only gonna be a few people that knows if it actually smells
true.
like that.
You gonna have to have
taking her word for it.
you gonna have to have
But
a rapper
there-
Nas gonna have to come out
for
and
a
smell the candle, be like, yep, that's her.
Yeah. See.
Yep, that's
yeah.
But he burned his nose.
But I was saying we're talking about dead body plants. We're not gonna call them that. But
Yeah.
the people buy
Yeah,
vagina scented candles, so why wouldn't they buy Katy Perry plant?
Hey,
That's
pardon me, but you can pretty much sell anything
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
America. There's gonna be these people had pet rocks. Remember
This is
that?
true.
Oh, that's
You,
true.
you might not
yeah.
remember.
No, I remember Pet Rocks.
No, but I mean,
Or not when they first, maybe not when they first came out, but they were definitely around. That
yeah.
the everything Tamaguchi
Damn, I
things.
missed out on that.
And
That's
then,
probably the wrong
and
word.
then,
Yamaguchi. That's the word.
and then mood rings.
Yeah.
I mean, they turn color allegedly because of your mood. If you're like sad or mad, it would be darker, and if you're happy, it would be a little lighter. And didn't matter which finger you put it on,
Or,
it supposedly worked.
I'm glad I didn't buy into that.
Well, yeah. You didn't have a pet rock, did you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Or the people that whoever the inventor was, and people bought them. The inventor of arm shades. I literally I've seen this. This
What?
guy invented arm shades. They're
Right.
just sleeves.
Yeah. That looked like you're tattooed.
Well, no, not even that. It's like, say I have a T-shirt on. Whew, I'm getting cold. I'm gonna pull out my arm sleeves.
Oh, so you just put
They're
this
just, and it's like, nigga, just put on a shirt. But people bought it.
Well, the thing is, because athletes had them
Mhm.
sleeves for keep your arms
Keep the compression.
keep your arms warm, muscles warm and stuff. But I had a pet rock, but I didn't buy it.
What'd you do, find it?
No, it followed me home,
Huh.
and so I kept it.
Yeah.
It skipped, huh?
Yeah.
No, only when we went to the beach.
Yeah. Pet rocks? No.
But yeah, they were easy to come by, I guess is my point.
Yeah.
You would have to go out and buy one. But apparently didn't they have a little birth certificate or something?
Yeah,
Or
they
was
did.
It, or was that them
They
ugly
did.
little dolls?
They
Well,
did.
you know what?
Like
And
moon
now,
dust.
when did
Ugly little
when did
dolls.
Pet Rocks come out? What year?
67, 68?
See, now if somebody had a rock from them with the birth certificate and the box that came in, that'd be worth so much money now.
Oh, the thing
Now,
the thing is though, most of the people kind of like came to their senses and they never knew where they were and they got thrown away. But like you say,
That's exactly
if
it.
you're going through the attic and you say, "Oh look,
A rock.
Rocky,"
Again, you're gonna have to need that, bro. You're gonna need everything, because otherwise,
you know,
yeah,
and you look in there, it's got all this stuff, and you know, and people collect stuff.
That's true. I used to collect comic books.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
kind of did.
Mad Magazine was.
We had
Mad magazines.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we had
I was a
we
reading
had a
fool.
bunch of comic books.
you guys still have any of the stuff you used to collect?
Hell no.
Well,
I don't.
Still like it?
No, haven't. See, that's how you get the money. You pull out that collection you've had all them years.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
but them things start to get all.
But that's what, see, the people that have the forward
But-
thinking will be
right.
like, you know what, I'm gonna save,
But the thing is, we had a bunch of comic books, but they wasn't like, well, you know, if I buy it, I read it, and then give it to Red,
Yeah.
and then we put it in the utility closet.
Yeah.
So we had stacks of
Yeah.
comic books like this, like
Then your
maybe
mom would
3 of
come
them.
along and go, "Boy, what is all this stuff? And you gonna start a fight?"
No, this was
Yeah.
this was when him and I had moved out. And so we stacked all of these, and when we left, we just left them. And there was, you know, back when Marvel was
Yeah.
I'm saying,
just
and
coming
then-
out.
because Marvel and DC, you know, both blew up the way they did.
Yeah.
You know, back in the '60s, if you had that X-Men 1 or whatever, like, okay,
Yeah.
like that stuff is very
Justice League.
valuable now.
Well, that was
Using the
that
Justice
was
League?
that was way back in the Justice League came along way back though. Yeah, they were cool.
Yeah, we weren't thinking about the need to collect because
No, we
go
just
down to
did
the
it.
drugstore,
And,
you buy it
and
for
once,
a dime.
and once you
And-
read it, you read it.
And they were
When
and
you
they
go back and
were
reread it,
and they were like cheap.
Yeah, they were like 12 cents, 15 cents, something.
When,
10
no,
cents.
no, when we were getting them, they were like a quarter or something like that. When we were living over in Lower Magnolia.
oh, so
Oh,
that's
that was
it's
late.
the past, yeah.
Yeah.
Inflation.
But it's like when we were little kids, my cousin and I used to have, you know, we'd go and buy comic books, and I left them all over at his house, and some, you know, that was back from the 50s.
Right, right.
But I don't know that he kept them. And also, you know, they have to be, that's another thing. When they're collectors, they in the plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what the hell? How could I read it? You know, now as
Right.
I got older, I just bought it from somebody who had the foresight to not read it and slide it in some plastic.
Right.
So do they have another copy so they actually read it? Because
Yeah,
how can you handle it and,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
You don't read it.
like
You just
uncircum.
collect it.
Or
Yeah.
you buy the kids that bought 2 of everything, you know. they
Yeah,
just buy
but
one
when
and save one.
you're 7, 8, 9, you ain't thinking.
You sure the hell
Like-
See, and, and
right.
it's big things like that, like baseball cards. I know
Yeah.
the kids
Same
used to,
thing.
and you know, you look back and kids had stacks of them, but you fast forward 50 years,
Right, and those kids
Like-
are rich now.
you know, you could,
Because I mean, the thing is, you just had to have a certain one of the cards. Like if you had, what was that? Babe Ruth, that guy. Now, back in the day, wasn't hardly no cards to collect. I mean, you know, in Babe Ruth's time, that shit didn't get as popular until time marched on a bit.
yeah, probably around.
But you know,
40s.
people end up like putting them away somewhere, and then they're cleaning out the attic.
Or, yeah.
Oh my God, look at this,
Yeah.
Christy Matheson. Yeah, wow. You know.
That's what I'm gonna look. I'm gonna get
You know?
into buying storage units. That's another thing. I would hope to go in there and find some old stuff. That'd be great.
Storage Wars that's a crazy.
I love that show.
That's a crazy
show?
show.
Storage Wars.
Storage Wars.
Oh,
Because you don't
I
really know what
that.
you're bidding on, right?
Even though I be watching behind the scenes stuff on everything I watch,
Yeah.
so you know they be talking about how they plant stuff, and I'm like, I don't care. It's still interesting.
But you get to look at it, right? They open it up and you get to look inside or whatever.
From the outside, you don't
From
get
the
to go
outside,
in.
you don't get to go.
Okay.
So
you can't touch
then you can't touch it, you can't move nothing, you just look around. And then they said, okay, what am I bid? And so the bids will start out sometimes, what, $5?
Yeah, some start at $5.
And some of them, and then they'll go up to $2,000, $3,000, you know, because it's like, just because you see a box that says power drill or whatever, don't mean there's a power
No,
drill
right,
in it.
right.
But I would love to go to find, things like some old box and you open it up and it's just cash. Like,
Yeah. Good score. Yeah.
Oh, they would just be finding random stuff. People, think to the point you were saying, people will put stuff in storage and just forget about it.
Yeah.
True,
Yeah.
true, because it's there. Why would you put it there for a reason?
Yeah, but the thing is, you forget what's there.
Right, because
You forget
it
where
wasn't
you put it.
important when you put it in.
Or it was really important and that was your safe, your vault.
Or there's just
Oh, you had old timers.
And you
You forgot what you put in there.
or there's the
Somebody pass.
the thing where nobody wants what you have and you can't get rid of it,
Yeah.
and you'd rather not just throw it the hell away.
The
You know.
The
but-
UW used to have auctions.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
They have stuff on pallets where the departments
Right.
have upgraded. And so I would always go for cables, electronic stuff.
Yeah.
So what you would do is you see something you really want, you try to hide it.
Yeah.
So nobody will bid on it.
Yeah.
So it just looks like shit.
Yeah. Well, like people wish they could do at most other auctions, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Everybody ever bid on a car
Um.
at them auctions?
I've always wanted to go to one, but I've never been to one to bid on a
I
car.
kinda did. I was consulted when Yehaney got the Saab. We went out to the auction that's down in, what's that? Algona?
Pacific.
Oh, 'cause it crosses over to that side. Anyway, there was an auction
Right, it used to be there.
down, right, and we went to that auction, and she asked me and Sharon to go with her, and we went there, and you just can't hide that, it's like you say, you find some stuff and hide it behind, you can't do that. With
It's like,
a lot-
excuse me, can y'all move
lot-
this car away?
yeah, lot full of cars, you can't just hide it, But anyway, we were talking about it, so she bid on it, and she ended up winning. That was a little convertible she had till it all went to.
Was she the only person who bid, or she beat somebody?
No, she was the highest bidder. There was only, I think originally only 3 bids, and when the 3rd bid came in, the first guy went out, and the other guy bid it, and then she bid, and yeah, nobody. I mean, it wasn't an interest, as much of an interest to the other people that were bidding, but.
You ever bid on stuff on eBay?
I've never won. Never.
How seriously did you take it? Like, did you sit down there and set the timer to see if you were outbid and go, ding, somebody?
I didn't set a timer, but a lot of times, most of the time, I would bid and I'd either go and I'll come back because I know how much time is left, or if it's close, I'll bid. But somebody had already set up the thing of their high bid, so if somebody bids this, it'll automatically overbid me. So every time I bid, it just kept jumping up. I was like, well, no.
Right.
Yeah, what's that other one? That deal dash or whatever.
How does that work? I see those commercials all the
I
time.
know.
When I seen
I
that,
I got all this luggage for $40.
Yeah.
And
I got
then
this
the other
brand
thing,
new 40-inch TV for $12.95.
yeah.
Yeah.
The other
12
thing is,
point.
Yeah.
$95.
the other thing
It
is,
even works.
they said new cars, right? And they had the value of the car at like 32 grand, and just like it was $800. And I'm thinking, now how does that shit work? You know what I mean?
I mean, in all honesty, it don't cost that much to make any of these products.
Yeah.
That the whole thing of like the Wish app or Alibaba or Temu, these
Right.
overseas that they're manufacturing and selling them at basically cost, they could probably everybody's getting into that we're ordering from overseas type
Right.
thing. So this place, they probably got the hookup at a warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
But
I mean,
it's the real stuff. They're just
but there's so much surplus.
yeah.
And then the thing is, the model year changes. You know, so now we got all this that we never sold or never came out of the warehouse.
Right, right.
And
right.
now what we need to do is get
moving
rid of it.
Yeah.
And
Clear space for
does
the
that.
next.
Boeing does
Clear
that same
space,
exact
yeah.
thing.
Clear
Every
space for the new-
July, it's a new year. So
Uh-huh.
all the equipment, all the computers, all the
Right,
shit
right.
they got,
Yeah.
Right.
boom, it goes to a warehouse and the new shit comes out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I know this because I worked in the damn warehouse.
Yeah.
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 It's crazy.
Yeah, so they have all, but the thing is, you know, I can kind of relate to everything but the car. A $32,000 car went for $800 something. I'm going, was that one of them flood cars?
Remember in the old days?
Yeah, for real, there's that.
I mean, what? You know, remember the cars like the water comes up to here, so
Oh,
that
yeah,
means all
yeah,
the shit's
right,
fucked
right,
up. So
right.
these people were
Right.
giving them away,
Yeah.
and then these other people were taking them to the other coast.
Remember the Jeep? The real Jeep that really works comes in a crate. And
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, but it was like a mini Jeep. Like, was it?
I'm trying to remember in the back of what comic book did I see this?
Well, no, I saw. So you know, I've been
Oh,
watching
yeah.
Pawn Stars, and one of the things that they brought in was one of them little mini, but you know, regulation size Jeeps.
Right.
But very compact, and they were talking, you know, gave all the history on it. I was like, that's cool. It's like a big go-kart. Small
Yeah.
car, big
Yeah.
go-kart.
So what did you buy from the back of the comic books?
I didn't buy stuff from the back of the comic books.
You're way smarter than me.
It was.
How about,
Well,
the
no,
dog?
I
Dog in the cup.
But no, I have friends that did, so I got to play with a bunch of that shit.
About the tank,
You know.
the X-ray glasses.
Oh, see that? No, I knew I wasn't going for that X-ray specs bullshit.
Those didn't work.
You know.
They didn't work.
The tank, it was just a bunch of cardboard.
It was
that you
cardboard.
fold
You
out
folded up
and
and
then color it.
oh, you had to color it. Damn. And
Now
then,
that it was custom.
right. Did you ever order one of them little things, sea monkeys?
Yeah,
I didn't order this sea monkeys.
but the dog in the cup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
but-
saving up to order the tank.
The tiny chihuahua.
Yeah.
They
2 years.
They stunted
Yeah.
its growth.
Wait, so how did y'all order from? I mean, you what? Ripped off the back of the magazine and put a
No.
dollar or whatever in?
No, the thing is,
We take those
Weird.
pop bottles back to the store.
yeah.
2 cents for the little ones and 10 cents for the big ones.
Man.
Hey, how much
Bottles
did any of you or your friends ever really look at the pop bottle situation and take that super serious and like make a whole lot of money off of that, or did everybody
Tried
just do
to.
it when
Tried
you
to.
could?
That was one of the hustles everybody tried.
That's what I'm asking. I'm like, yeah, I'm
Well, yeah. But see, the deal was, we weren't teenagers yet, so it was about getting money to buy junk food and shit,
yeah.
you know, and
Fifth Avenue
Or,
Candy.
And
or in
then-
my case, to go to the movies. 'Cause
Yeah,
the
and
movies
that-
is only 10 cents. You know.
yeah, but see, we could go to the movies for, you know, in the real world. I know y'all was on the base, so everything. But in the real world, it used to cost 60 cents to go to the movies.
See a
Yeah.
double feature.
Huh?
See a double feature.
Yeah, there was B movies in the
I mean, the cheapest, other than going to the $3 theaters that they eventually created,
Right.
$4 matinee. That's
Yeah.
my era. I was not.
We had
$4 was the cheapest
By
you could
the
go
time-
see movies when I was.
yeah. By the time we were over the 12-year-old, unless you was this high, you
Stand next to the cow. This
I
side.
was, I think I was 14 going to the movies
Wait,
for
say what?
60 cents. No, but we go to movies and all that stuff. But see, the thing is, like, a lot of times you could work and do chores around the house for money and stuff, right?
You could?
Well, how about that? Oh, y'all got chore money?
Oh.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that never happened.
Seattle.
Said not in my neighborhood.
I had an allowance.
I was allowed to live there for free. That was my.
That's it, and they fed me.
Allowed to live.
And then I could
That's
do
good.
stuff
I was allowed to
and,
live there.
Hey,
you know, for like, you know, whatever.
all right. Don't
But
think
no,
I'm
see,
kidding,
as I
man.
got older, you know,
Right, right.
when you're like almost in junior high, then you need to have some traveling money, spending cash.
Oh yeah, you know you're right. Cause I had an aunt.
You know.
Don't tell your grandmother I gave you
Right.
this money. She had the little purse.
Yes,
she would open it up.
she'd open up and she'd be all
Don't tell
folded
your
up.
grandmother I gave you this money.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, you know, because you had to have a hustle. That's 10, 11-year-olds. That was our hustle. Just you know, and then where we lived, this was back before all the big manufacturing things that were in Seattle moved to the suburbs. But there was a Coca-Cola factory,
Yep.
Canada Dry factory,
Yep.
and Langendorf Bakery.
Langador brick. Yep. Yep.
So
That's
we
right.
lived right there, and then there was Seattle University, right, you know, back on, behind,
Right.
west of where we live. And so, you know, and you could always go make noise and disturb the girls in the dorm, and they start throwing shit to get you to shut up. Then they realized that they would throw coins, and their noise would go away quicker.
Have you guys ever? Okay, just thinking of an old school scene in my head. Have you guys ever, with each other or with any other friends, serenaded a girl while she walked down the street and you followed behind her?
No.
Like the Temptations?
No.
Why would you say it like that?
Cause we in Seattle, man. What's
So,
up?
What?
No.
You can't serenade the ladies.
No, that's not
No.
what I'm saying.
You know,
It just wasn't. I mean, no.
I was high once and I tried that, but it was in McDonald's. Yeah, I was singing. Write your number on a napkin. Slide it over to me.
She wrote down the price.
She wrote the shit after she left. I went over there and picked up the napkin and said, hotline, hotline, hotline.
Like, well.
I was like, okay, I'm too high.
I don't know, but you know, you had to have a hustle,
Yeah, it was
even though you were only 10, 11.
Well, my hustle was living on the base, was cutting grass, and I had my friend Mike Money.
So yeah,
And
Mike Money?
Yeah,
Mike Money.
and we would go door to door with the pushmore, you know, and I'd knock on the door, and I'd get the job, and he'd do the mowing. I'd collect the money, and we'd go to the next house. That was my hustle.
oh, there
And
you
then,
Said I was organizing.
and then
go. There you go.
on a good day, when it was hot outside, we'd go down to Airman's Beach, and we'd rent a boat, right?
Yeah.
Well, we went to boat with the money we cut the grass with. I paid for the boat. Me and Mike would get in the boat, and Mike would row all over the damn lake. We'd row all the way into town and back, you know. But that was my hustle. I solicited the stuff. He did the work. we got paid.
You were basically a consultant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's like, I'm his manager, he's the artist.
Yeah, like
I'll set up the deal.
So check it out. That grass looks high. Go knock up the door. Uh-huh. You know, but hey, you got
You touch your grass, or how much you gonna charge us?
You know,
Well,
we,
there's two of us. How about $5?
yeah, we were too young to have real jobs. You had to be like, what, 16?
I mean,
I
that's.
had a friend that had a paper route,
I had to pay
I had
out
a paper
too.
route.
and I would help him with his paper route. And it was like, okay, he give me a dime a day. And it
Wow.
lasted about a week, because on Sunday, the damn Seattle Times
Oh, yeah.
weighed about 4 pounds by itself.
Oh yeah, that Sunday paper wasn't no joke.
And he had this harness thing, papers in the front and the back.
Oh, yeah.
He ain't carrying none of them. He's throwing them.
No, we had.
So that's about how much.
I had mine on my bike.
No, we had a little cart. It was a 2-wheel cart and had a handle on it and everything. So you and a little saddle type thing horn in there, and you would take them big old bags off and let them hang down on the side of the goddamn
Yeah.
cart.
Yeah.
And then, so you push that thing around, and Sundays, like. A lot of people only got the paper on weekends, and some people were Sunday only, and some people
Yeah.
were weekends. So during the week, it was tough, all right. But on Sunday, you had to do it early in the morning.
Yep. Yeah.
And the goddamn paper was that, it was like, man, that was. But I would have hated to have to do that with like the New York Sunday Times.
Goodness. Then you had to wrestle with it to
Sunday
fold
New
it,
York Times.
because it had to be neat when you folded it in there. So
Well, you just grab it, fold out of the
Well,
little
I
parts,
just had my sister help me,
throw it on the porch.
because me and my brother both had routes side by side. And my sister on the Sundays would come and
yeah.
Sunday was
do the
crazy.
extra work, and we both paid her $1,
Sunday was nuts, man.
Sunday.
And then they used to have them little the little incentive things, little prizes and stuff that you could get if you go and solicit subscriptions along your route or anywhere. But yeah, so you go ahead and you sign up people and stuff, and you're sitting there, and on the one hand you're thinking, damn, I got enough goddamn papers to carry.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you're thinking, ooh, that fucking Fielder's Club looks pretty nice.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that they
Yeah.
would they would have them little prizes to make you go out and
Try to.
try to break your
Sell
back a
more
little,
subscriptions,
try to
yeah.
break your back a little more.
Didn't work with me. I was satisfied with $48
Hey, I was
because I had that $48. My allowance at home shot up to $50. So I was getting by. All I had to do was get up early in the morning and do the paper route, and I was getting $100 a month. Shit.
So you're the kid that had the pimped out spider bite,
No,
and I had this old J.C. Higgins that weighed
No.
80 pounds.
no,
So you're that guy.
no.
Sounds like it.
I just had a regular bike. No speed, no nothing. Just a regular bike. You go uphill like you're by Silver Park. And shit, you pushed it because it's too motherfucking.
No gears.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sound like what I had. You
Yeah,
stole my bike.
I mean, look, there was 6 of us, man. You know what I
One
mean?
riding and 5 pushing.
No, it's six kids in the household.
children.
Oh, a shared bike.
No,
Yeah.
just
No.
6 kids in the household, and somebody had a bike was lucky as hell. Cause there was 6 motherfuckers, and everybody didn't get no bike.
Well, they weren't working as hard as you.
It didn't make no difference. I was the oldest.
Well, that's a good reason. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
That's the thing when you're the oldest. I don't have to wait my turn to move.
that's right.
yeah.
The rest of them had to wait.
That's right.
That's right.
And it got to a point where everybody could have a bike. But when I had it, everybody couldn't have one.
Did you hand it down when you got ready to upgrade your bike.
Shit, I wrecked that shit on a telephone pole on Morgan, South Morgan Street in Seattle.
Do tell.
Yeah,
Now you gotta watch it. The telephone post will jump right the hell out in front of you.
that's what happened.
That's what I thought.
Were you ski biking?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
I thought I was gonna make the corner and I didn't.
Yeah, you try to cut that corner too close.
That sounds
Hell, I was an old motherfucker then too, so I should have known better, but I didn't.
Oh yeah. I tell you though,
Tell me though.
nothing beat going down one of them big old hills at about 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, something else.
And then hoping nothing comes out in front of you and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can slow,
Speaking of which, you know,
can
one
slow
day
down on your own.
One day I was by South Center. That big old hill that's there
Yeah,
on the
176.
south end of South Center by claim jumpers.
176.
Oh, down there. Yeah. Okay, I know where you're
Yeah,
at.
176. it
Yeah,
comes down and does all
one
this
day I'm
shit
minding my
down.
own business and I hear somebody calling me. I'm actually going up the hill. It's flipping Luther Lyle running up the hill.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when he was running.
Yeah,
Serious running.
and wouldn't take a ride. So I'm like, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Speaking of which,
Like, hey, Luther, you know ain't nobody chasing you. You just running. Okay.
Hey, you just run.
Yeah.
yeah, that's one guy with focus. He got focus.
All right.
Yeah, he does, but it's in spurts. So,
Yeah.
and he's the neatest damn person. Well, that was my roommate.
So
So
yeah, I know.
Boy, was
Somebody had to be neat.
you're an artist. Luther can sketch better than I can write with protractor and shit. And he can, because he's great, yeah. And then, and that line there, yeah. I said, Luther, damn, well, your handwriting, you can't be my friend anymore because your handwriting too neat. But yeah, he is. He's got that focus. He can look at a car, an older car, and say, well, that's a 56 Chevy. And I'll go like,
Yeah.
well, how do you know? Well, look at the line. Look, the 55 had this thing. It's
And the 57
he has
had
attention to detail that very few people have.
Yeah, because I know I ain't got it.
I can't spell it.
Well, nowadays all the cars look alike.
They all look alike
Yeah.
back then too.
Oh, not even close.
No, Chevys were Chevys, Fords were Fords,
Chryslers was Chryslers.
Pontiacs
And
were
Cadillacs
Pontiacs.
was Cadillacs.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, and then they would change, like, sometimes every year they change the body style, like the Tri-5 to 55, 56, 57 Chevys. They do not look alike.
To me,
They shouldn't.
well, they do. They did and they do.
You need some eye drops.
I got eye drops. I got steroids in my eyes. It's not bad enough.
They still look alike.
Oh, shit. Steroid eye drops.
I remember, I don't know what was Cadillac thinking. Cadillac
At the Benz.
had this idea that we'll make this thing called a Cimarron, I believe. But to me, it looked like a Chevy. It didn't look anything like a Cadillac.
And it was,
Yeah.
they had that Cimarron color on it too. Every
Yeah.
last one of them.
And I made the mistake of saying something about somebody's Chevy.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a Cadillac.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
They sound like you're about to win the jackpot.
exactly. Wow. Was that a major or a grand?
That was
Or
Obama.
a mini?
He gets bored.
Soap opera. Well, I,
You're lying. He butt dialed you. He didn't mean to call you.
hey, speaking of calling, your brother Kyle,
Yeah.
where's he at?
He's in Hollywood, Maryland, next to the Chesapeake Bay.
What's he doing there?
He works for a contractor for the Navy.
Ah, so I was getting to. He no longer works for Boeing.
No. Nay. He's been way out. Let's see, that's probably 3 contractors ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're trying to get him.
Because didn't he used to stay across Puerto Vista over here?
Yeah, that's right. He had a condo up there, and yeah,
All right.
your memory is sharp. Yeah.
You still remember these things. All right.
Well, yeah.
That's a good thing. You know, as you get older, you have to keep stimulating your brain with information.
But you know what? That is true because your brain is a muscle.
But yeah, but the thing is, a lot of times you wake up those brain cells that are sleepy.
Okay, I have some lyrics that keep popping in my mind, and I don't know.
They don't go away.
I don't know who did it, but it's to the window, to the wall.
That would
Something
be Little
about-
John and the East Side Boys.
Something about sweat.
Yeah.
On your balls.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be a Little John and the East Side Boys,
Okay.
I believe.
The weirdest thing I seen was wow, the chickens at the club singing that song. It's like, and the sweat my balls. It's like,
Oh, wow.
How did we go from I guess you'd say to drop down my
time
balls?
for me to not stay. The door. Show me the front door.
That is something I think about a lot. As a younger person, I'm like, I really wish I was around for the music 40, 50 years ago. I am not.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm thriving like I would then
Yeah.
now because I just don't feel the music the same. Not that I don't like it, I just don't feel it like that.
You gotta catch public TV on big night when they're playing the classics, the old soul
Oh
classics.
yeah, 60s, 70s.
And there is some stuff that I've actually forgotten about, and I run across it like on YouTube and go, what the hell?
Right.
Well, if you watch that,
Yeah.
yeah, they had a live show. And they have like some of the people. Some of the groups are actually still all around.
Everybody's not the same group.
No, I mean the original people. Most of the other ones, like they'll have one or two original. If it's a 4-man group, and then they'll have 2 younger guys because guy's sick, guy died.
Right.
I remember, I think when I was little, I saw the Temptations, but it was not the Temptations. I
Yeah.
think Otis might have been in it, but he was the only one that was like,
there-
didn't recognize
There's
anybody
been
else.
25 Temptations.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I actually,
And
I approve of that. Okay, just jumping to the Temptations. I'm thinking about the movie and the way they explained, you
Right.
know. And personally, I was on the side of David and Eddie. I'm like, I'm a Temptation too, and I was on the hits. You can't tell me I can't be. So the fact that they started making different groups, as long as there was an original,
right.
I wasn't mad at it.
Well, yeah.
Personally.
The first Replacement has started a group when David Ruffin left, and Dennis was the first replacement.
Dennis Edwards.
Dennis Edwards.
Well, actually, in reality, David was the first.
David was the first replacement because
Well,
what's it?
It
Eldridge.
was Otis
Yeah.
Melvin,
Eldridge.
Eldridge.
Eddie.
He got
But
kicked out.
yeah. But by the time they became the Temptations,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
then they had kind of forgot about that guy.
Right.
Yeah. So then it was just the 5 of them, and then
Okay.
the first replacement was Dennis.
Here's a question about the Temptations in y'all opinion. Do y'all think that if Paul Williams would not have died and stayed a Temptation, do you think that they would have continued to have success, or did they need the revamp? Technically of both David and Paul.
I think they needed, and they were going to have a revamp.
We got together, you know,
Yeah.
just bands in their own neighborhood.
Oh, sure.
Then they started to collect.
They all
get
went to
together.
school. They all went to school together or something, or went church. A lot of groups were gospel back in the day,
Right,
and
right.
then
Right.
Curtis Mayfield.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
you know, I
It
follow
was the Impressions.
Fred Hammond, and you know, he talks a lot. He's kind of like Will Smith in the sense that he's from that era where you just weren't publicly accessible. But he's older, and you know, so he is on social media making it, and he's a funny guy. And one of the things he talked about, I seen him talking with what's their name, Commission. They went through a revamp, but they kicked him out. Fred Hammond was kicked out of Commission, and I'm like, now didn't he start Commission?
Say yeah.
Isn't he one of the main writers? Didn't he sing on most of y'all hits? How you gonna kick? But I'm sorry, I was just thinking about revamping, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, you do need to, but also I ain't heard no new Commission stuff, and
They broke up.
yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like, you know, sometimes, you know, a musician will die, or, you know, one of the original members. And so, yeah, groups do that. They have to if they want to continue.
Yeah, you gotta advance, and sometimes you can't advance. Like, I'll use the men's as an example. I remember when the men's group at Ebenezer was 10, 11 people.
Mm.
And we were okay, but once we started to revamp and brought him in, and the group started to get smaller, we got hella good.
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah.
Tighten it up.
Yeah. And sometimes that happens with other groups.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, you brought up New Edition. Well, New Edition's biggest thing is Ronnie DeVoy can't sing. He's not a lead singer. But the fact that they had to break away in order for him to get just a snippet,
Yeah.
even though he's not the greatest vocalist in the world, now that soothed his ego. Now I can be back with the main group because
See, and I think when talking about groups, musical groups especially, that break up for whatever reasons, and we all know it can be any reason in the world. You spend enough time together. It can be anything.
Yep.
But I loved that New Edition. First of all, again, just like, you know, I watch and then I do research. I go find out, watch all the interviews. New Edition, I like them because everybody had a role. You know, Mike and Ronnie knew they were not the singers, but they also knew they could dance.
Yeah.
That's why they was always leading the
Yeah.
dancing.
Yeah.
Ralph was the singer, Bobby was the singer, and Ricky was that middle. Ricky could dance, but he wanted to be the singer. You know what I'm saying? So I think everybody, and that worked, obviously, up until Bobby got his solo songs on their second album, and then was feeling himself too much. Then they needed that revamp. And I think that time between Johnny showing up and Bobby leaving, I was like, I didn't like what they were doing. I didn't listen to the stuff, and I was like, eh. But once Johnny came back and they had that revamp, I was like, okay, that works. And to wrap it up, they did all that, and then they go and do BBD, and Ralph goes solo, and Johnny goes solo, and Bobby solo, but they're able to come back.
Yeah.
That is what I just wish every group could do. You know what I mean? But too many
Eagles go a
times,
long way.
That's true. And, you know.
like the Jacksons, I wish. But Jermaine ain't they're on tour right now. Jermaine ain't with them. Randy ain't with them. So it's just three of them. But I'm like, eh.
with three of them with the two sons.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, because you guys know the Jacksons. What, or has he ever talked about it? I'm speaking of Jackie, being the oldest, but not being the lead of the band. Is that, you think that's ever affected his psyche at all? Or how do you...
Well, you know what? Interestingly enough, I think they are from our era, right?
Yeah.
Okay? But I think that the public persona that they have, and I think it's been very consistent over the years, ain't nobody no individual.
Except Michael.
Except
I'm sorry.
Michael.
And that happened probably mid '70s when that shift. But to your point, to your question, looking at Jackie and hearing some of the interviews that he's done, and Jermaine, I'm gonna put Jermaine in this too, because before Michael and Marlon got in the group, Jermaine and Jackie were the singers.
Right.
But it seemed from what I hear from Jackie over the years is his part was the falsetto. He would add that high harmony. He wasn't at all concerned about being the lead.
Okay.
His main concern was I'm the oldest, which I think his dad, put on him.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest. I'm taking care of you guys.
Okay.
I might not be the leader on stage, but I'm the leader of this. Now you watch, it's funny, Jackson's, they had a show in 2009, right after Michael died. And you could tell when they sat down and talked with each other that Jackie was still on I'm the oldest, respect me. And it was funny because it was either Jermaine or Tito. When one of them was like in their separate interviews, not in front of them, it was like, Jackie has always been the oldest. He makes sure we're doing what we're doing on tour, but we're all the oldest now. It's like we're all old now. Stop talking to me like you about to go tell Dad. So I think Jackie was more of the patriarch,
Yeah.
watching
And
over.
accepted the role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Embraced it.
Now Jermaine,
Embraced the role.
you could look up today. People are still doing stories and backside and interviewing Jermaine. Now that was some jealous stuff between him and Michael. But that's hard when it's fame, jealousy, and sibling
Yep.
thing. It's like that's a hard thing. It's Michael Jackson. What can you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay.
Talent is talent.
Yep. I got it.
Okay, well, thinks about that time. Again, we've had another engrossing conversation with a couple of old black guys. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you next time.
Yeah, goodbye, and we love you, and if you love us, subscribe to Say It Loud YouTube podcast. Our segment, as you heard, is called Old Black Men Conversations, and also continue to donate to Maui Relief, and also charities of your choice. Anyway, see ya.
And want to thank you for following us. Hopefully we've stirred up something in you to make you think about it and have some memory in your past that you want to talk to somebody about. And shout out to the people in Maui, and also shout out to the citizens of Florida. They have no control of the weather. They're just big.
Or the governor.
No, he's out of control for sure. You are correct.
Be well, stay safe. I'm out.
Peace.